All right, and joining us now in the studio is Joseph Sam from CASA.
That's right.
Talking about the Christmas Chariot toy drive. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
We're great. How are you?
Pretty good.
Now, before we get to the toy drive, I've got to ask you, because we had you on to talk about this event before, the basketball jamboree that's been happening all week long. How's that been going?
It has been crazy. Mm-hmm. I mean, we've been posting several videos on Facebook of the crowds going wild. Mm-hmm. And it's been a really good event for us because there's been several people coming in all week. Today is our last day of the jamboree. It's going to be at STM, so we are trying to make sure that everyone comes out and enjoy themselves for this last game.
Oh, wait, you said it's going to be at STM?
Yes.
Oh, wow,
yes, we're moving to STM. We were at the Earl K. Long Gym at UL. Now we're going to move to STM for the final showdown between the teams.
Very cool. Yeah, as he said, the fans really get out there and support. I mean, a couple of the games I did, especially the last one on Monday night, the Carenco brought their fans, and they were pretty noisy. It makes it for an even better atmosphere. But this is really one of y'all main fundraisers, is the basketball jamboree, correct?
It is, and it definitely brings in a lot of funds that we use to continue doing what we, of course, do, which is recruiting advocates for children in foster care. So those funds go directly towards that purpose, and we, of course, taking some of those funds to put a spin on it for this upcoming Christmas season and giving back to those children in foster care as well.
So I saw the picture that you sent me of the little sleighs, like Santa's sleigh.
Yes.
And so it had like a name on it, and it would have an age. So if somebody wants to be able to donate, is that what they're going to end up getting? How does it work?
What they're going to do is they're going to take that. It comes with the child's initials, their age, and their gender. So they're going to take that, and it's going to be on all of the Gulf Coast Bank Christmas trees in the banks. So when they go to the bank, it's going to be a little wish list of what the child would like to have in different ages. And they just take one of the cherries that they, of course, are a little drawn to, and then they'll bring the gift back and put that chariot on top of the gift so that we know which child to give it to.
Okay, and do you have to wrap it once you buy your gift?
No, we don't. We ask that anyone don't wrap your gifts.
Okay.
We're going to do all the wrapping for you. We have a group of volunteers. They're ready to wrap. Now, I'm not a good wrapper at all, so
Me neither.
I have to bring in some people to come and wrap the gifts. But, yes, you don't have to do any work at all. Just pick up a gift, bring it to the bank or our CASA office on 1819 West Pinhook, and put your chariot on top, and we'll wrap it up for you.
Okay, cool. Love that. I love that idea. I think it's great.
And let our listeners know just how many children that your department really has to deal with on a daily basis.
Now, we have 155 children that are CASA kids. Of course, there's more children out there that don't have a CASA volunteer, which is why we're trying to reach towards that 100% goal. And we just, of course, we were on the show again last time, and we talked about the training that we had. We just finished the training, and we had 19 advocates that are now ready to go and take on a case. So we have 19 more advocates to put towards CASA kids. So we are trying to get more people to come through and service those kids. So about 155 that we have right now.
That's great.
And how important is it for these children to be able to have an advocate for them in the court system?
Oh, it's very important because, of course, they don't have a voice.
They have no voice. They don't.
No voice at all. And they need someone to speak out for them because when they talk in a court, of course, the parent comes back and they come and say, well, this is not true. They're not telling the truth about this. They're not, of course, being honest. And you want to have a backbone. So our advocates are their backbone. They're their voices, and they make sure that their voice is being heard in the court and to everyone that's in there.
Imagine the scenario of, let's say you have two bad parents. You know, usually when we think about somebody going into the foster system, we'll think, oh, maybe that kid only has one parent. And it's the same kind of scenario, but let's imagine even worse, that it's two bad parents. How are you going to say, and maybe, I don't know, maybe your mother is meaner to you and beats you more, verbally abuses you more than your dad does, but your dad is not a healthy person either. You want to be with somebody in your family, so you can't really speak out against your dad, right? So that's where, in any case where a little person has to be removed from their home, that's why they need it.
Right.
They need somebody to be just on their side.
Right. And that's the only thing our advocates do. They advocate for that child, not the parents, not anyone else in their lives. They're specifically focusing on the child, which is very important. Yeah.
I'm so excited for those 19 volunteers. I'm so glad that they're able to do that. I hope one day I will be able to do it. I know I do not have the time to donate to it now, time-wise. But my heart just, every time you send me something, that's why you're always here. My heart just bleeds for this program. This is what little kids need. You know, you want to have an impact on a child, this is what they need. You know, they just don't, and especially in a home like that, you can't breathe, let alone speak.
And that's
so
why
many things are hidden.
Exactly, and that's why we love coming on the show, because you guys get the word out for us, and it just brings in more and more people. Every time I say, "Well, how did you hear about us?" "Oh, we heard it on KPL radio."
I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
Yes, so we definitely appreciate coming in here and you guys getting the word out for us.
Well, we're humbled that we can be able to bring you all on to talk about this.
I'm so glad to know that the feedback is there. So I'm definitely going to go. I'm thinking of the Gulf Coast location right by my house. I'm going to be able to go to. I'm going to go pick up a little Chariot. And I always like to pick the little kids because I like when it's a little kid, you know, like 4 or 5 that maybe they want a baby doll. I'm such an old squeezy at heart, you know?
Yes.
I'm like, and then my husband usually picks one that's like a little dude and he wants some kind of electronics, you know? So it's like.
That would be me.
It's adorable, you know? It's just, and it's a fun way to know that some kid is going to have a little light.
Exactly.
In their life in such a dark time.
Exactly. And like I said, we have a promo video that's going to be coming out, and it says just that, put a twinkle in the eye of those kids in foster care, just because, I mean, they don't get the gifts that they would like to get for Christmas. I mean, they're in foster homes, they're, you know, being moved constantly.
The money's tight, and the movement, they have to move them constantly sometimes.
So, I mean, just giving them that little gift just puts a little hope in their hearts that someone out there cares about them.
Somebody cares.
Right.
Yep.
Your news time is 8:48, and again, want to remind people they can go to the Gulf Bank locations or the CASA of SOLA office, which is on West Pinhook Road, and be able to participate in this amazing toy drive. Joseph Sam from CASA has been our guest this morning, sir. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you, guys.
We appreciate it.